welcome to the BASN Academy Student News. I'm Lexi Bisson.
And I'm Trey Archambault.
Coming up on today's top stories, we have a guide to surviving Hurricane Sandy. Gas may go down to 50 cents a gallon, and monster drinks are killing teens. All this and more right now.
So Lexi, what's going on here at BASN?
Well, all week the football team has been preparing for tomorrow's home game against NFA. Go and see who will take the victory.
As you may know, we are facing yet another hurricane on Monday. Sandy is set to make an impact on the eastern seaboard at around midnight on the 29th. Do you have everything you need to make it through? Make sure your family has enough food and water for at least 3 days of no power. If you have a wood stove, check to see that it is in good working order and that you have cleaned it and that you have enough wood to burn. Try to get a hold of a crank or solar emergency radio. These are only the starters for a good emergency kit. Go to FEMA's official website, www.fema.gov, to get a full list.
For all of you drivers, there's a possibility that gas prices may be dropping to 50 cents a gallon. This is to lift the economy and could possibly become a factor in next month's presidential election.
With oil prices high and winter closing in fast, many homeowners are noticing overpriced heating bills. That's why people like the Fays in New Hampshire are switching from oil to wood. And not just any wood, but wood pellets. They are environmentally friendly and much cheaper than oil. So go ask your parents if switching to wooden pellets would help your family stay comfortable this winter.
18 beluga whales are imported to the United States to a marine park from Russia in order to be on display. The whales were captured in the wild off the Siberian coast only for our entertainment. This act is continuing even though animal behavior studies have shown that all mammals are thinking and feeling behaviors, both in laboratories and their natural habitat.
The FBI has recently uncovered a horrifying plot by a New York City police officer. Gilberto Valle allegedly used surveillance databases to view his potential victims. He and an accomplice planned to kidnap, torture, rape, cook, and eat hundreds of women. The FBI has reported that none of the women on his victim list have been harmed.
Data on military deaths has shown that the number of troops committing suicide is higher than those who die in combat. Between January and September, 247 troops were reported to have taken their own lives. Combat deaths number only 222. Many blame combat pressures and post-traumatic stress disorder for the problem.
The City Council of Cocoa, Florida has allowed its cops to penalize people for wearing sagging pants in public. Anyone exposing underwear or skin 3 inches below the waistline can be stopped. The city claims to have made the law to promote a family-oriented community. Critics say the law encourages racial profile. The fine for violating the law is up to $100.
During this election season, citizens of Massachusetts will be voting on whether to legalize assisted suicide. If this passes, they will become the 3rd state in the nation to allow this. The Death with Dignity proposal will give terminally ill patients with less than 6 months to live access to lethal prescriptions.
True patriotism is what is describing a World War II vet lying on his deathbed as his wife fills out an absentee ballot. The 93-year-old man was diagnosed with inoperable cancer tumor in his liver over 2 months ago in Honolulu, Hawaii. His family describes him as always keeping with the times and the events that have been occurring around the world. He wished to cast his vote in order to be a true citizen and patriot of America. Last night, he passed away quietly in his bed.
In 2011, the FDA investigated only 6% of domestic food and only 4% of imported food. Food companies are hiring a 3rd company to inspect foods because the FDA does not have the funding to inspect, but this leads to a conflict of interest. Foodborne illnesses cost the United States economy $77.7 billion.
Next time you are out and about, thirsty and tired, think twice before picking up a Monster Energy drink. There are now a count of 4 deaths linked to the caffeinated drink. They are the fastest growing type of soft drink in the United States, with sales increasing 17% last year to about $9 billion. In the last month, 4 people have died from drinking Monster Energy drinks. Would you continue drinking them?
Well, that all depends. What type of monster were they drinking when they died?
I have honestly no idea.
I don't know then. Probably not.
Probably not?
Probably not.
Personally, I think Monster Energy drink is disgusting, so no.
I like it, and I haven't died yet, so I guess I'll stop when it kills me. I guess that's what I do.
That's a little harsh.
I'm Lexi Besson.
And I'm Trey Archambault.
That's all for today for Friday, October 26th.
Please join us again on Monday during lunch for the most reliable and up-to-date news.
And remember that you can watch us online at youtube.com/BA Student News.